What is going fun? Okay, sorry,
Uh,
guys. I'm low on energy today. I'm sorry.
I don't blame you. It was a long day. Hey guys, this is Camp Free 15, back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back, joined by my co-host for the first time this year, the Red Wolf.
Starting off fresh, guys. Hopefully.
Yes, yes. Obviously we trademarked the thing Eden Zero Thursdays. Well, funny enough, we couldn't get to it Thursday because I was just in utter amazement or shock and stunned after watching World's End Harem.
hmm
Yeah. But this is only a temporary Eden Zero Friday episode. This shouldn't happen again.
This man watches so much fan servicey anime to the point. Oh my god, I'm starting to question his life choices now.
I know, right? I know. I can't help myself. It's too good. You know, like Eden Zero is a fan servicey type of anime sometimes.
Yes, but not to the point.
Yeah, I know. I know. But
I mean, not even Fairy Tail crosses those lines.
yes, I know, Denzel. Anyways,
No, I don't even think High School DxD crosses those lines. I'm just kidding. I'll stop.
yeah, I think High School DxD gets to the point they show it. Well,
I'll stop. Okay, go on.
yeah, we'll stop. Anyways, what the hell we're talking about? We're back talking Eden Zero. It's been a long time. The last time we talked Eden Zero was back in 2021. We're in 2022 discussing Eden Zero now for the first time this year because my co-host was in Mexico for the last couple of weeks during the Christmas holidays and festivities. So yeah, but we're back. Let's talk more Eden Zero and let's pick up where we left off. And last time we talked about episode 6. Here we're covering episode 7, which covers really the start or the battle between Elsie Crimson and Shiki, and we get more understandings of what the main objective goal is to an extent here. But yes, let's start off. So the fight starts off. We see the fight going on. Elsie has the skull looking face.
Yes.
Now again, before we find out it was just a parasite fake copy of herself. I legitimately thought, I'm like, you're telling me Elsie's gonna be this one-time character? Why?
Well, I personally, when I saw her skull face, like, please tell me that's a mask. That's a mask, right?
Anyways, in the fight, Elsie essentially knows that Shiki has the same type of ether gear as Ziggy, the Demon King. And well, Elsie's actually giving Shiki some problems in this fight. She is very strong, and she's got tentacles.
Tentacles. Jinx, buy me a Coke.
Lucky you. So that was the whole thing there. Throughout the fight, we get flashbacks to Shiki's past involving Ziggy, and one of the things was the fact that Shiki was actually fighting Ziggy, and essentially Ziggy tells him that in order to get stronger, he has to train and he has to believe in himself, that he has the power to, well, essentially never give up, yada yada, your whole spiel, you know. The whole characters get stronger, train to get stronger, but the most important thing is you have to have the will to never give up, and you always have to believe in yourself, and you'll always overpower your opponent. Hiramashima trait, it hasn't gone old, so hey, it is what it is. And
I like that trait personally. So
yeah, other people don't, but hey, I don't mind it. And they explain why Shiki was able to easily defeat this Elsie, because we found out it's a fake copy parasite. But yes. Now, in the meantime, during this fight, we cut over to a character that looks oddly similar to another character from Fairy Tail.
so you say.
What's his name?
Mr. What's his face? Go ahead, dude.
Justice, who essentially works for, you don't have to say it, just, you know,
Mm-hmm.
space police, essentially.
Basically.
Uh, in the grand scheme terms, he is of the space government interstellar union army. But like I said, it's just the space police. Um, Apparently, from where we're led to believe, this guy's been tracking Elsie down for probably damn near his entire life since she became a pirate. And again, another interesting tidbit if you're watching the English dub. Again, I find it funny that Elsie Crimson is voice acted by Colleen Clinkenbeard, who does Urza. And smart job, Netflix. Smart job. You just had to freaking give the Jalal look-alike his same exact dub voice actor. And
They know what
Robert
they're doing.
McCollum,
They know what they're doing.
aka the Jalal voice actor from Fairy Tale. Props to you, Netflix. Props to you. Brought Robert McCollum to, I guess you can say, reprise his role, but at the same time be a new character. Because we see him essentially get done with I almost called her Urza. Elsie's crap. And he not only has the same eye tattoo, just looks a little bit different and it's blue. His hair goes from white to blue.
Coincidence? I think not.
Yes. That is clearly the Jalala lookalike. And the fact that they also got the English dub voice actor Robert McCollum to reprise, I'm saying reprise his role, but to play this role. Yeah. So yeah, and it's funny because one of his crewmates says like, the way you're trying to hunt down Elsie, it's almost like a way of love. And he's like, well, if you mean imprisonment as love, then fine, you can call it that. And I'm like, I wonder if there's some sort of history between Justice and Elsie that we don't know yet.
Or maybe he just hasn't given up on chasing her down to the point like people are assuming that he's in love with her at this point. Like maybe he says that's his number one priority out of everything else.
Who knows? Maybe they do secretly know each other in some sort of weird way, and he's going after her. Maybe it's what my co-host just said. We don't know. So yeah. Anyways, we cut over to the fight. And actually, what they're observing in the fight, they don't actually see what's going on, but they just get like their crazy readings, and that's mostly coming off Shiki's ether gear and everything. But we cut back over to the Shiki fight. And essentially, Shiki tells to Elsie, like, I'm gonna go after I defeat you, I'm gonna go look for Mother. And Elsie's like, ha! You look for Mother? Not even the Demon King could look for Mother. He gave up. And stuff like that. So what makes you think you can find Mother? And Shiki essentially gives his whole speech of how he's gonna find Mother and everything, and I'll do it till the day I die or something like that, or even if it kills me to find Mother. And he gives this evil, creeping looking face that almost every good character does when they know they got the upper hand. Gives a pretty nice punch called Mecha Attack Gravity Comet. And originally my thumbnail for this video was just of Elsie, but I changed it to obviously you clicked on the video, but I changed it to when Shiki gave the, I guess, KO punch to Elsie, the fake Elsie. Anyways, what do we find out about this Elsie after Shiki's defeated her?
Yeah, after he punches her down into the multiple grounds, Elsie's body starts to liquefy.
Now, before you continue, when you saw that, did you think that's it?
No! I was like, what?
Literally, I was about to probably be super pissed off. I was literally about to be like, wait, you're telling me she gets defeated like that and she's just dead? What a waste of a character. But
then we see a monitor go up and we see the real Elsie Crimson explain everything and say that was just one of those little parasites that can copy human I guess
DNA.
Yeah, human DNA basically. And she also explained how that copy was just too weak to be her. So
yeah, so if you have a problem with that, they explained it for you. See, I always loved when I did my fairy tale arc reviews this past year. I explained in those videos, how were these fairy tale characters able to defeat these overpowered bad guys? And I felt so much in gloating when I would rant about that, and how I would talk about it, and people would say the fairy tale team member, like for example, the Natsu, Lucy, Wendy, Gray, and Urza fight versus Hades. A lot of people say they won that fight purely on friendship. Yes. Does a little bit have to do with friendship? Yes. But if you look into the inners and outers of that battle, Hades was super strong because of the Grimoire heart powering him up, making him a lot stronger. And when Happy and the other Exceeds took that out, what happened? Oh wait, he got weaker, which gave Natsu and company enough power to take him down. And mind you, they took him down and they had no magic power left. Did you see them use any magic power at the end of that fight? No. They used straight up just regular fist punching.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved in my Fairy Tail arc reviews when I would go over the many fights in Fairy Tail where people quote unquote say they won that by friendship. And I vehemently made my point in that said video and roasted their points easily. Other than Urza versus Kyoka and Urza versus Irene. Those were the two fights I call complete bullshit.
2 times Urza should have died, I guess.
Yeah, 2 times Urza in all technicality should have died, but somehow got that BS power up to beat them now. Don't explain to me how that. Again, like I said, go check those videos out if you want my thoughts on those fights. I vehemently disagree. I don't see how the fudge Urza won those fights, but hey, you gotta find some way to continue the story, right? So yeah, another example, Urza versus Ozma. You want to know why Urza beat Ozma? Because Ozma was trying to use the frickin' tree on Tenro Island, and we know with Tenro Island, they don't attack Fairy Tail members. They actually give them strength, and that made Urza get stronger. But people say Urza won that fight because of friendship alone. No, clowns. She used the power of the Tenro tree, or Ozma tried to use the power of the Tenro tree against her. It failed! Because the Tenro tree on Tenro Island does not attack Fairy Tail members. There you go. Anyways, so for people who were trying to say this, well, here, Shiki defeated a much weaker clone of Elsie. I hate when
that's the easiest explanation yet.
Yeah. Yes, I hate when people criticize Hiro Mashima's fighting scenes and say all his fights end in the power of friendship moment. Why does he always have that friendship in his anime? Well, guess what? Why has Hiro Mashima been going this long? That's a good question. Rave Master, Fairy Tail, Eden Zero, and then a sequel series to Fairy Tail, and they're all good animes and mangas. Oh, okay, there you go. Successful, because guess what? You guys keep coming back for more.
Oh yes.
So, hey, you only got yourself to blame. Anyways, continue on with what Elsie explains to Shiki.
Yeah, she also explained how she's giving her ship to him.
Yeah.
And she also said that that ship belonged to the Demon King. So, and she's also just saying that she's returning the favor to him because the Demon King saved her life once.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ziggy saved her life. It was like a debt, and essentially Ziggy told her, listen, give this ship to Shiki, my boy, after I perished long before. So that was kind of Elsie's whole thing, looking for Shiki. She wasn't doing it out of hostility. She was looking for him, just give him the ship, everything. And she's like, here, the ship's yours, so you can do whatever you want with it. And everything. Anyways, Justice eventually catches up with Elsie. We find out Elsie has a legit armada. And essentially says, listen, get out of here, and stuff like that before you get caught in the crossfire. Just let this be known. Do not encounter me again and stuff like that. But Shiki obviously says, why would I not encounter you again? We're friends, so I'll see you sometime later. And And obviously, Elsie turns back and she's like, huh, your eyes are just like his. So he considers Elsie his friend. Elsie accepts it, and she just tells him, get out of here, bye. So they eventually jump and everything, and they eventually get out of there and jump. Justice is pissed, yada, yada, yada. That's it. As for Elsie, I don't know if we're going to see Elsie Crimson in the story again. It would only make sense we would see her again at some point in time.
They're teasing us in the second half of you like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything, but there's some shady stuff going on.
Yeah. I do believe we'll see Elsie Crimson again. She looks a lot like Urza, so I'm not saying she's gonna join the crew, but I think she's gonna be maybe a character that will show up from time to time, and sometimes be integral to an arc or something like that. We'll just have to see. I don't know where the story goes from there on in terms of Elsie's story, but I did like her character, and I did like the fact that, you know, she's not a bad girl. She's actually genuinely nice, and caring, almost similarly to Urza, but difference is she's a pirate.
Yes.
So yeah, but for the time being, until we saw that one scene later on, that was the last we see of Elsie for a while. So yeah. Anyways, the crew members on the ship, well, it's funny enough. They just observed like, oh, we got a new ship and everything, you know? And Rebecca's like, this is your ship. And Shiki's like, no, this isn't your ship. This is our ship. And frickin' Weiss had to be like, you include me too? And he's like, yeah, no.
Yeah, you're not really a friend.
I was like, this man treating this guy like harsh. And it's funny because they're like, they also tell him like, bro, you got our old ship. That's your ship now. This ain't your ship anymore. So yeah. Also, we forgot to mention, Pino's also finding out about all this information about Shiki, about not Shiki, Ziggy dying. And we know that's her creator and everything. And after this news is all revealed to her, after everybody kind of starting to go clean, she's wondering like, what's her purpose? Why is she on this, I guess, in the world to live and everything, even though her master's dead? We already know what her purpose is and everything, but we still haven't found out what the purpose is. But we all know she's just part of the crew now. Because it only makes sense and stuff like that. But again, something to feel sorry for Pino. Pino's just so adorable, man. So adorable.
Yes.
Yes. Anyways, oh yeah, and another plot point Elsie told the others, they said Ziggy told her that whoever finds Mother will be reborn. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but reborn, because we know she's like the Dragon Balls and she can grant a wish. And now Elsie saying, well, Ziggy said that she can, you know, you'll be reborn. Does that mean like you'll be reincarnated in something, or you'll get a new lease of life? I don't know. What do you think the statement means?
Maybe we'll get an explanation on how we saw like million years ago, million years later, we'll see how they died. I don't know, like
potentially. We don't know if they're dead many years later. Well,
I mean, it's years later.
It's a mystery. It's a mystery.
Yeah, so, like why would they tease us that?
Yeah, it's a mystery. So we'll definitely have to see what the future will have to hold. But yeah. Anyways, as they're cleaning, Rebecca and Happy, they go to this one bath area where they eventually clean. And of course, you get your fan servicey scene here where Rebecca's taking a bath. And yes, I'm enjoying it with a huge smile on my face. But the one thing about this is we see Rebecca's ether gear start to activate. And this is the first time we see her actually use ether gear. And she fires a beam up into the sky. Now, she doesn't know how this happened. Apparently, we're led to believe that the bath essentially sped up the process of her learning in ether gear. Now, she asked this to Weiss and Shiki. They all have new clothes. They all have new clothes now. our new outfits for the time being now. And she even asked him like, so how long did it take you guys to learn your ether gear? We found out from Shiki it took him only a month. As for Weiss, it took him like he said years.
Mm-hmm.
And two, Rebecca also asked, how did you guys get your ether gear? Shiki, we already know he got it from his grandfather, Ziggy. As for Weiss, he says, yeah, that's kind of complicated, so I'm not going to say. And stuff like that. So, I already know in the back half of what her ether gear is, and it's just foreshadowing for that moment in the back half of the arc of her ether gear truly being under her control, essentially. But that was just the start and everything. The episode gets near to the end. Shiki gets to sit on Ziggy's chair. He activates like the ship's mainframe, and then lo and behold, we see one of the shining stars comes out, and her name is Witch. That later she takes a new look that looks like Bisca. If you don't know,
she was in a costume right there. So
yeah, but she looks like Bisca. She's the Bisca clone in this series. The green hair, I guess the lipstick,
cleavage. Just kidding.
And cleavage. I guess you can say that too. If you don't know, Bisca she was the cowgirl with the daughter.
She's the sniper.
Oscar and married to Alzak. So yeah. She wasn't really an important character in Fairy Tail. She was kind of just a side character, but we already know that Witch is pretty much a main character. She's like the Shining Stars for me are like on the cusp main / side characters.
Mm-hmm. Like they're there,
but they don't get enough screen time.
Yeah.
So
Witch just mainly stays on the ship. So that's the main reason.
Yeah. We find out Witch used to work for Ziggy, but now because Shiki inherited the Ziggy's powers, now she answers to Ziggy. She cleans the ship and essentially refixes the ship or transforms the ship, and she calls it this long ship's name, but for short it's called the title of the show.
Eden Zero, everybody. This is the start of a great adventure. Okay.
Yes, and that's where the episode ends off. So, I enjoyed this episode. For the most part, you get a pretty cool fight, and you get a little bit more understanding of how the ship came in possession of Shiki, as well as we're introduced to a new character, one of the shining stars out of the other three. That's kind of it. Those are my thoughts on the episode. What about you?
Yeah, those are my last thoughts too. Like, I enjoyed it, and like Cameron said in the past, Eden Zero has been giving me more One Piece vibes more than anything. Yeah.
It's a lot more. Unlike Fairy Tail, like I said in a previous episode reviews, Eden Zero hooks you a lot more in than the start of Fairy Tail does. But like I said, it's debatable. I like Fairy Tail. I'm one of actually the few people that actually love Fairy Tail. I know, crazy, huh?
Insane.
But that's the thing there. So that's all I gotta say, unless you have anything else to say.
Got it all out.
All right. Again, going forward, we'll be doing our Eden Zero reviews on Thursdays. Actually, maybe that. I don't know if because I'm starting classes next week for school again. And I believe my Thursday class is online, so that shouldn't have to get in the way of anything. So we'll be back Thursday for more Eden Zero Thursdays, as it was called. And we'll be back for episode 8. So if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts on this episode of Eden Zero. Again, do not post spoilers regarding anything in the future of Eden Zero, because we're anime onlys and stuff like that. So yeah, as well as hit the subscribe button, not only to my channel but my co-host channel, the Red Wolf. I'll link it in the link in the description below and stuff like that.
I'm really slacking when it comes to posts. I'm really slacking.
I'm so sorry. Yes. But as well as hit the subscribe button for my channel. Again, just want to make this known because it's rare I've been speaking this on the channel as of late. But thank you guys for getting this channel to 150 subscribers. Congratulations. Yes. So hey, last time I checked, we're at 151 subscribers. So good. Hit that subscribe button if you want to continue this journey alongside me. Everything. I'm reviewing a bunch of different animes, especially for this Winter of Anime 2020. Like I said at the start of the video, I did watch and review World's End Harem. So if you like that, well then I'll leave it at in the outro and stuff like that. So yeah, but as for later tonight, you'll see us talking Dragon Quest Adventure of Dai. So other than that, we're gonna get out of here. If this is it, well then we'll see you guys whenever the next video is you're interested in, or we'll see you guys later tonight for Dragon Quest Adventure of Dai episode review. Till then, guys, we'll catch you guys in the next video. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.
Peace.